Ultimate Safaris is a truly unique conservation travel company. Founded in 2008 by Tristan Cowley and Martin Webb-Bowen. It has grown to become Namibia's most environmentally conscious safari operator. At its core, conservation, rural development, and a true determination to enrich lives. Not only those of its guests, but all Namibians involved as well.
Do I like Ultimate Safaris?
No, I don't like Ultimate Safaris.
I don't like them.
I don't really like it. I love it.
I love Ultimate Safaris.
I love Ultimate Safaris.
I love Ultimate Safaris.
I love them.
Love it.
Love it.
I love them.
I love Ultimate Safaris.
Yes, I do love Ultimate Safaris.
And I love what they do. I love what we do.
Martin Webb-Bowen started as San Diego Safaris and I started a company called Tau Safaris.
Two different entities, which nevertheless found themselves working together more often than not.
We did quite a lot of cross-hatching in that we hired resources from him when we were short and he wasn't too busy, and he hired resources from us when we were short, and same way around.
And with time found that we pretty much have very similar objectives, very similar philosophies.
They didn't initially appreciate that pooling their skills and resources and aiming for something more unique would create a brand that was stronger than either of them had expected.
And, entered into a venture by merging the two companies.
We both brought different strengths and different views and different contexts and different way of looking at things, and generationally quite different as well. And I think it was a classic case of defying mathematics, so you get 1 and 1 makes 3 rather than 2.
And Ultimate Safaris was born, a new contender in the developing landscape of Namibian conservation travel. A great undertaking, but the venture needed to overcome the large challenges which lay before it. Challenges like navigating new ground within the rural conservancies. And it wasn't just metaphorical new ground they had to cover. Conservancies such as the Huap are vast spaces filled with tough terrain, which presented a challenge to conservation travel-oriented explorers.
Ultimate Safaris came along with the right attitude of, yes, we like to move and we have to move. Hackney phrase, time is money, but they were also mindful of the need to go along at a pace and to help nurture and develop, I think, feelings between the Conservancy and Ultimate of a growing mutual respect and with an understanding of both partners of where the other partner was coming from in terms of needs and challenges and goals.
They have been one of those private partnerships that I've worked to that are very flexible. They really understand the industry, and I think they're very young and very enthusiastic in terms of, taking on new adventures in terms of the industry.
What really impressed me, and I joined them, it was that they do things differently because they have the freedom to do things differently. We don't have shareholders, we don't have boards, we don't have long meetings. Our focus is Namibia only, with some extensions to other countries, so you can be really good at what you do. You can either be a generalist and do Africa, or you can do something really well, and that's a Namibia specialist. And that's why I joined it, because it just seemed so different and innovative. And even now, 4 years later, it's still very much innovative and trying out and experimenting.
Of all of the operations where tourism companies work together with conservancies, they have by far the greatest proportion of sharing benefits with their community. I mean, and this is a relatively small tourism operation in that conservancy, and yet the per capita benefits that they shared with that conservancy was just far better than anybody else.
Another challenge to be faced by the young company was, of course, finding talented and passionate naturalist guides. In-house guide training began, and soon young guides from around Namibia were applying to learn from this fresh, enthusiastic new tribe.
This is something that impressed me a lot. Something else that Ultimate did was to really invest in the tour guiding. And I think they have some of the best guides.
The guide training that I do is kind of unique because we hire intentionally the best guides we can find. So in the year, it's little bits of feeding people bits of information, facilitating the sharing, because it's not just me teaching.
The guide training aspect of it, it's really hands-on. Going to different parts of Namibia with the team, you can ask anything, you know, and you'll get an answer from somebody.
These guys, they have got so much knowledge, and you learn a lot from your colleagues. And the people, the tribe, they're so open, and they're willing to share, you know, ideas. They're willing to share their knowledge.
The level of sharing information, that for me is really nice, because it doesn't put you out of the loop, it actually includes you.
Because everybody has got something that they know that the other guy doesn't know.
What the last 10 years have shown us is that guiding it's an absolutely personality-driven career, and one that is a lifestyle.
From the beginning, Tristan and Martin wanted Ultimate Safaris to offer a concept that people could buy into, and also to provide a place where people enjoyed working. They believed that people from all parts of the company needed to be involved, and they had to be more than just colleagues. They needed to be a tribe.
Our biggest success is really the fact that over 10 years we've been able to build a tribe which we believe is the strongest in Namibia by a long shot. I mean, if we just accumulate the years of experience.
Working with a team that's in the office that's so reliable. You can call them up and say, hey guys, I need this, I'm on the road, I can't do this right now. And they got your back like a backpack. That's really my highlight, to work with a team that's efficient at the end of the day, especially if you're on the road, you need good backup. And they have been that for me. There was another theme in the goal of Ultimate Safaris: fostering growth and unlocking human potential, both inside and outside the company.
We feel that we should create the capacity rather than take somebody else's. And the same if you want a camp manager, you know, to go out and find someone who can do that job from cold is very difficult. So what we like to do, foster is a good word, we like to identify people we think have potential, people who want to develop themselves and to grow within the company, have the opportunity to do that. And this is hugely valuable to us.
And it becomes even more important when you have the Ultimate Safaris who unlock human capital locally and allow this capital to rise up and become a bit more mobile in the sector. And then one day leave, which is fine, goes to work somewhere else. But I believe it's important for, you know, for Namibia, for the economy, for people, role models locally, you know, cascading upwards.
Recruit local people, train up local people, capacitate them, and let them go through the ranks, and until they are able to run these operations themselves.
You know, to build a conservation-based safari company, to do good, to get involved with conservation. The reality is that does take a bit of time to get to that point, because so much energy and focus goes on to building the brand, building a base, and having security.
Once the company was steady on its feet, it was time to focus on what they could put back and how to change the face of conservation travel in Namibia.
From that point on, you know, it was really integrated into our DNA as a company. It became a major focus point. The essence of what those safaris do in terms of raising awareness, raising, you know, funds and supporting conservation, that was always a desire, and we had the will to do that. It took a few years for us to build our base, and once we felt we had that, we really got involved with conservation.
Working closely with several conservation and development organizations, Ultimate Safaris began crafting safaris which allowed visitors to directly assist and benefit on-the-ground conservation efforts in Namibia. Conservation efforts now raise over $2 million annually.
I love working with Ultimate Safaris. It's amazing. It's a great partnership. The guys on the ground are so dedicated, and you know, we don't work with anyone else in this country as closely as we do with Ultimate in the field.
They do it right. Ultimate strives to really personalize it and focus where it's needed, and they select their tourism partners in a way where they know that their client will have the best experience. So I think people that, you know, are really interested in getting to know a place, this is the way to do it, and Ultimate does it right.
The efforts of Ultimate Safaris have enriched numerous lives, and the tribe, once so small, has grown to extend far beyond the walls of the head office. In the lives it has touched, there seems to be a common factor.
I like Ultimate Safari because we work together, and now we are just like the family. We're like a big family. I wouldn't want to work anywhere else.
And we have all those tiers, you know what I mean? We're looking after the guests, we're looking after the people and the wildlife, all the nature, the conservation, and all the little things that we do, it all comes together.
Wow, we have a very super relationship, and especially I can say, Jason and Christian are very, very helpful. And, I don't even feel the color difference between them. We are like brothers and sisters.
Sometimes my wife gets a bit angry because I'm overcommitted, but no, it's a job that I enjoy doing, a company that I love working for.
To be wearing this and to think that I'm part of this tribe, sometimes it's just like a dream, The opportunity that they have given me is enormous.
It's my company I'm working for. Really, ultimately, it's a really good company. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's the best safari company to work for, actually, and I'm not just saying that to suck up.
For 10 years, Ultimate Safaris has grown, going from strength to strength. Like all journeys, it has had great challenges, but also incredible success. And it has ultimately been life-enriching.
The message really is, after 10 years, a massive, massive thank you. But, most importantly, I think a message that, I think everyone can be extraordinarily proud of our achievements. And that's to those who've been here for 10 years, or those that have been here for 1 month. Everyone on this journey has contributed.
But I think the fundamental message is, the people who work with us are the key to all of this. Their understanding, their caring, their willingness to put in that extra effort to produce the service that we aspire to is what it's all about. And without them, we simply couldn't have done it.
So a massive, massive thank you and well done. And we hope there's many, many more years of building on this solid foundation that we've now built.
Mm-hmm.